Let's go live. Hey, hey, there she is. Everybody, number 6 from your Rattlers women's basketball team. Now, I should probably have done this about a year ago or maybe more. Correct pronunciation of your last name.
It's Dutka.
Oh, I did get it right.
Yeah, you are good.
Sounds good. How are you? Tell me about what's going on in Estevan these days. I think that's where you are, isn't it?
I'm actually at home in Beanfate. I live in a small town right outside of Estevan.
I know how to pronounce bean fade. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not gonna
got that right on the announcing.
I'm not gonna get that wrong. That's officially your hometown then, is it?
Yeah, in Beanfate it is.
Okay. Which is how far from Estevan?
Only about like 10 minutes. It's not too far.
Okay, good. So what is Bean Fate famous for? What is kind of the I don't think I've ever been there.
Uh, well, it's only about like 800 people. I'd say it's probably famous for like the coal mining. We have a lot of coal mines around here, and a lot of the drag lines and stuff. So there's a lot of that down here, I guess.
And I think you're close to the Boundary Dam. I think there's a lot of fun to do there, right?
Yeah, it's really nice. We go out boating there and everything a lot, and it's nice because the lake's really warm. It's heated from the power station, so that's
Hmm.
also an extra little treat for us.
Tell me this: what character traits do Saskatchewan players bring to any sports team? Right. I mean, there's always a few on the Rattlers, and I think there's probably a little bit of a rapport with the other Saskatchewan players when they come. What do you think it is? What do they add to a team typically?
Um, I don't know, just from from my high school personal teams, and then a few of the girls who are on our team from Saskatchewan, I would definitely say like they're like a calm, humble type of player. Like we play hard, but then we're never kind of like the big celebration types and stuff like that. We kind of like fly under the radar, I guess you could say, and we just like play hard and just like put everything out there, I guess.
I wonder why that is. Why, like everywhere you go, Saskatchewan people, you can almost tell them in a crowd, right? All you have to do is talk to them for a little bit, and they're not flamboyant, they're not loud, they're not boisterous, they're not annoying. Some people are
Yeah,
annoying,
some people
but
are.
not
Well, I can be
Saskatchewan people.
sometimes, but no,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I haven't met too many. I mean, everyone can be annoying at times, I guess, but from what I've seen, like from past teammates and stuff like that, we've never had really big flamboyant people.
No, that's good. All right, so you went on a vacation right before the pandemic, I think.
Yeah,
Did you
I went
not? You
to
went to you went to
Mexico.
Mexico, right? Were you, did you have any inkling that this is probably going to be your final vacation before the world went bonkers?
No, I actually had no idea. Like, I knew the virus pandemic was happening, but I can honestly say, like, when I went to Mexico, like, I never once thought about it or anything. And then when we came home, my dad was like, wow, like, that might have been our last, like, family all inclusive vacation for like a few years at least. So it just kind of hit me afterwards when this all became so surreal.
All these months later, do you kind of wonder if at any point you've had it already? I think a lot
Yes,
of us wonder that.
I actually have before. Yeah, I had in February. I had like a pretty high fever, and I like felt so under the weather and so tired and everything, just for like a few days, not for a long time. So the thought has crossed my mind. I won't lie, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
No. But I'm sure you've told other people that. And it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing how many other people have similar stories like that, right? Like
Oh yeah.
I do a lot of the hockey announcing for the Brooks Bandits. And I did a game there in early March. And about 3 or 4 days after that, I was sicker than I've ever been, but it was only for about 3 or 4 days. And I
Yeah.
actually got over it really quickly. So I think a lot of people have a similar story, don't they?
Yeah, I've talked to many friends and they've all said like they had like the super high fever, really tired, just for like that 3, 4 days, like just the short time span. And so many people think that they possibly maybe had some sort of mild version of it.
Hmm. So, did you hear that? I mean, being in Saskatchewan, you probably didn't, but the news today here in Alberta is that the government of Alberta announced what is going to be happening for back to school. And they announced that everything's going to be normal. full
Oh, really? Everything's
classes.
gonna go full classrooms.
They're hoping. They're going
They're
for it.
hoping.
Yeah.
No, I actually hadn't heard that. No.
I don't know if Saskatchewan has announced anything yet. I have a feeling they're probably waiting to see what some of the other places announce.
Yeah. I
But
think every school district might be a little bit different. Um, just like my mom's a teacher here in the school district, so we've heard a little bit about that. Just like the class periods and stuff like that are longer rather than going to a new class every hour. You're in the same class for like 2 hours and then you switch over, so then you only have that class like twice a week instead of every day, instead of switching through 6 classes, 5 or 6 classes throughout the day to limit how many people and how often you're going through the area. That's their plan so far, but I mean, with
yeah.
everything it could change in an instant.
So, what is your mom's level of concern, and what is your level of concern with your mom?
I'm definitely concerned, I guess, because I know, like, as kids and like as teenagers, like I touch my face all the time, like we touch everything. So she teaches in a high school, I guess. So obviously I'm concerned, and I think she is too. But I know that she definitely misses like being like interacting with the kids and stuff like that, because that's the part of the job that she really loves is getting to be in front of the kids teaching and getting to interact with them every day.
Yeah. Have you talked at all to Clayton about practices come August or September, or what exactly that's going to look like?
Yeah, we have a little bit. We've had like the odd Zoom meeting just kind of as a team to kind of keep everyone in the loop and stuff like that. And I just asked, like, are we still going to have like stuff on the weekends or and whatnot, or like how's that going to look? And he just said like the odd weekend we will. And like if we're allowed in the gym, like depending on restrictions, like we might just have 3 people working in the gym at a time to avoid the people that you're working with, and avoid contact with as many people as possible. But we're still going to try and do as much training as possible. And if we can't get in the gym, he has mentioned doing like outside workouts and stuff like that at a like social distancing.
Yep. Do you enjoy practice, or is it just one of those things that's just kind of a necessary evil of being on the team?
I actually do enjoy practice because it gets to be with the team. 6 a.m. practice, however, definitely is not my favorite.
He does that?
Yeah, he does that.
Oh, what a
Um,
jerk!
6 a.m. on Tuesday. We
Oh
uh, we
wow.
all love it, but yeah, no, that's
Uh,
the I like the practices, just not the 6 a.m. time.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, getting back to Mexico, tell me about Mazatlan. Is that where you guys went?
Um, this year I think we were at like the more like Riviera Maya. We were at the Rio Jalisco.
Okay.
It was our second time being to this resort. So
Now, you kind of strike me as someone that probably loves the resorts, but you kind of
I
like to
do.
get off the property as well and kind of see what life is really like. Is that
Yeah.
is that you? Do I kind of have you pegged correctly there?
Um, Sometimes during the day, I really like to just relax on vacations. Like I kind of just like sitting by the pool, going for the odd walk down the beach and stuff. But at night, I like to venture out. Like if we're in Puerto Vallarta, like down to the city of Puerto Vallarta, and check out the little shops down there, or like shops on the beach and stuff like that. And this year, we even went off the resort to go and like free some little sea turtles that had just been hatched from like a rescue agency, I guess, down there, which was super cool. It was like a really good experience to get to see that and how that process goes.
Are you find yourself really being interested in things like animal conservation and stuff like that? Is that kind of having seen, releasing the turtles? Is that something that you might be interested in?
Honestly, it actually would be if I was ever to go down to some place like Mexico or any like country, like get to help with animals and stuff like that. I even in high school just liked volunteering at the Humane Society, even though it was just something small in our area. Just going and playing with the cats, like walking the dogs and stuff. Just doing what you can to help animals, just because I think every animal should get to have some love.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. What other traveling have you done? Aside from
Um,
You said Mexico twice, right?
Yeah, we've been
Okay.
to Mexico definitely a few times. I think like 4 or 5 times. I've been to Jamaica, the Dominican Republic. We've been to the States a few times, like down into Texas, and then obviously like North Dakota and Seattle. And then my biggest trip, I'd say, was probably when I went to Japan. I went to Japan when I was in grade 10. It was a school organized trip, which was extremely cool because we got to go to Hiroshima, like where all the bombing was, and we got to see some of the destruction that was still there. We got to see Tokyo, which was like amazing and just totally packed with people the entire time.
God, greatest field trip ever.
It was absolutely awesome. Yeah, and I got to go with my mom because she was one of the supervisors, so it was good to experience that with her as well.
Um, I think I'm trying to think what my coolest field trip was, and I think it might have been Saskatoon.
Really, Saskatoon. Well,
Wow.
Saskatoon does have some nice things in it. I mean, I'm not sure if it's Japan, but
No, well, there's some areas of Saskatoon that also look kind of bombed out, but that's okay. Uh, okay, so getting back to basketball, your free throw percentage this year was 68%, which was decent, about the middle of the pack. What is it like stepping up to the line in a close game, knowing that the girls need you to make these shots? They're depending on you to keep them in the game. Is that the most nerve wracking moment of a basketball game?
I definitely would say it is when it's in like a time crunch or like a close game where you know that you need them. And then it's definitely the worst feeling when you miss the first shot and you're just like, dang it, like you really hope you make the next one. So that's probably definitely one of the most nerve wracking times in a game for sure.
Mm-hmm. What is your step up to the line routine? Do you do the same thing every single time?
Um, my team actually laughs at me because I just kind of step right up and just shoot it.
That's it.
I just shoot it so fast. I just take one dribble and I just shoot it right away.
Because you see some of
There's not
them,
really a
yeah.
routine.
You see some of them, they'll lick their heads and their feet, and then they'll bounce it three times and then spin it and
Yeah,
just shoot the dang ball.
yeah. I
Seriously.
just get it, dribble it once, and then I just shoot it.
Yep. Is that something that you practice a lot, the free throws? Because I mean that it's a free shot, it's free points. It should be easy, but once you're actually in that game situation, it's not. Is that a part of your game that you really put a lot of emphasis on because you don't want to screw that
Yeah,
moment up?
it definitely is. I mean, we practice them all the time in practice at the end of practice. And then you run if you miss them. So you always want to make them. And then whenever we're like in the gym shooting before practice or just like on your own time one morning if you don't have class, free throws are definitely something you always focus on because that's sometimes the like reason whether you win or lose games. It's something as simple as a free throw.
Who was the top free thrower this year for the team? Was it Rhiannon? I think.
Um, I thought it might have been Kate. I'm not sure though.
Yes, I think she's
I
around
think it was
70,
Kate. Yeah, I think it was
77.
Kate.
Yep. What is the secret? Is it just blocking out everything? I mean, if you're on the road, chances are there might be some noise. There might be, like it just what is the key?
I think the key definitely is like you don't want to go up thinking you're going to miss it. You want to just be confident with yourself and just knowing that like you can put it in the hoop, I guess. Just taking a quick deep breath before just to kind of relax yourself because sometimes you're going in there shooting on the line after like 4 full minutes of playing and you're tired. So you just have to kind
Mhm.
of calm yourself and then just believe that it'll go in.
Is that kind of the same thing um, for three pointers? You heat up, you get that confidence, and you know before you even shoot it that you're going to make it.
Yeah, that's the mindset we always want to have, and that's the mindset Clayton always tells us to have. Just believe it's going to go in. But I mean, 3 pointers definitely take a lot more energy. You got to use a lot more legs than free throws, and definitely I think definitely a lot more practice.
What's the biggest basket you've made in your career?
Oh boy, in my
Whether
basketball
it's
career,
whether it's high
um,
school or anything, even in the playground.
even in the playground, I would definitely say it was probably like my grade 11 year. It was one of our basketball games to get to hoopla or like so our basketball provincials, and I was actually injured for the first little bit of the game, so I didn't play. I had a torn MCL, and then my coach asked if I could play and go in, and I did, and then I ended up making some key free throws, and then my friend made some key free throws after, and we ended up going to provincials. So I'd say that was probably one of my key games or one of my best free throws, I guess you could say.
Hmm. And that was playing for ECS.
Yes, it was
Is that right? What does that stand for? Estevan
a
Composite?
comprehensive school.
Okay. Now, what the hell is an elec? What is
Um,
that?
we get that question all the time. I think it's just like an electric like is there signs like a lightning bolt, so it's like electricity because Estevan's also
Ah,
known as like the energy city. So we're like an elec. It's just like a guy who walks around with like a little lightning bolt in his hand. It's almost like a little Thor, I guess you could say.
Ah, good. So you just had a good team. You were pretty proud of your high school days there, and
Yeah,
always
we
in the
did
like.
actually. We had a really good team. Yeah.
Yeah, good, good, good. All right, I got my full list of questions here. I'm kind of getting towards the bottom. What is your role in the locker room? Whether it's building team morale, or I mean, like what do you think that you provide that locker room before a big game?
Before a big game, I definitely say I would provide kind of more like the calming influence. Like if you're nervous, I'm not more of like the hype, let's go. I'm kind of more of just the like you got this, like just remember this, like kind of giving little reminders to people. Like remember you can do this, like remember to shoot this shot, like that's your shot. Just kind of like little reminders, just to kind of get people pumped up and get their head in the mindset of the game.
Do you have a pregame puker on the team?
No, I don't think we actually have any pregame pukers. We have a lot of people who take Tums. I think people get nervous, I guess, before games. We have people who pop Tums like candy, but not a pregame puker, I don't think.
What time do you usually get to the snake pit, or like how long before a game do you feel comfortable arriving at? You know what I mean?
I think I normally arrive kind of an hour and 15, hour and a half before, just so I can take my time getting dressed, and then just like tying up my shoes, walking out there. I always eat apples and caramel before the game. I don't know why, but I just do. And then I kind of head to the gym for a little bit of shooting, kind of casual, just to kind of get the feel of the ball in my hands. And then I just relax on the chairs and we go for our team meeting.
There you go. So, I mean, every player's got their pregame routine and just how they like to get in the zone.
Yeah.
Um, do you like to have the headset on? Do you like to listen to music while you're doing it all, or do you need the silence so you can just kind of envision everything that's about to happen?
I actually don't think I've ever once worn headphones before a game. I just listen to the music kind of in behind, I guess, and then I normally kind of just laugh with a few friends in warm up, kind of just getting out some jitters if there is some, shooting up some shots, just
Yep.
kind of just having a good time before the game, before it's time to
Good
get
for you.
serious.
Good for you. Everyone, we have Tatiana Dutka joining us, number 6 from the women's Rattlers. She's a guard. Are you going into your third season, or is this the second still?
Yeah, I'm going into my third season this year.
Yeah, going to the third. All right. Show and tell time. We always like to ask our guests to bring along something interesting or unique or weird or just something that's got a cool story attached to it. I know I didn't really
Yeah.
give you a heads up. Do you have anything?
Yes, I actually asked Pat beforehand what I should bring. So mine's definitely something that's a little bit weird or unique, I guess you could say. When I was in kind of like grade 2 to 4, I guess, I collected lip chaps. And me and my friends would like trade them. I'd say, "Oh, I'll give you Coca-Cola if you give me Mountain Dew." Like we do little trades. So I actually counted them before this. I have 132 of these little lip chaps, and I actually pulled out some of the kind of different ones. Like I have anything from like Coca-Cola to bacon to dill pickle to I got some fruit gushers here. We got some Rice Krispie. Like I have everything. Juicy fruit, like I got everything. You name it, I probably got it.
So wait a minute. Do you keep them sealed, or do you just use them whenever you feel compelled and you just kind of like a certain flavor?
I honestly do not use them. They were solely just for collecting and trading with my friends when I was like 7 to 9 years old.
All right. Well, everybody, that is a challenge right there along your summer travels. If you see any weird kind of lip chap, lip balm, buy it and give it to you later on this year. Or maybe you already have it. You'll be like, nah, I've had that one.
I probably will have it. Honestly, there's not many I don't have.
Oh, you don't have the Dr. Pepper one.
I do have Dr. Pepper
Ah,
actually. I have 132. Believe me, I think I have almost all the pops in there. I have like Barks root beer, and then I also have the A&W root beer. I got both of them.
I can't believe that they have all these different kinds. That's incredible. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's unreal.
All right. So when do you plan on being back in town here then?
I'm planning on coming back like the 23rd, 24th because I actually was in a spring course this year for my program, and due to COVID, we obviously couldn't have our lab. So the lab has been moved to the last week of August. So from the 24th to the 28th, we're actually in the classroom doing our lab portion of the course
Okay.
before the fall semester starts. So I'll be back pretty early.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see you here. Hopefully, January we'll be able to get a season in. God, I don't know about you, but when when we finally get into the snake pit for the first game action, and I see that beautiful logo on the floor there, and I see it all shiny, like I might actually get down and kiss the court. You know what I mean? Like it is going to be
I
so
think
good
we
to get
all might.
back. Ah, I can't wait for that. All right. Well, hey, all the best. Have a great summer. Have a safe holiday period here. Whatever it is you end up doing, I think we're all kind of staying close to home these days. But as you said, you're into boating and a lot of fun on the water there. So be safe there, and we can't wait to see you back in town here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
One more question.
Oh, yeah.
Um, who do you think would be an incredible guest on the Rattler vlog?
Oh, like
I
I can
want you,
kind of nominate someone for
I
this.
want you to suggest someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be one of your teammates. It could be somebody from soccer or volleyball or whatever. Who do you think?
I would actually definitely have to say my best friend Amber. She's super smiley and talkative and everything like me, so I would definitely say she'd probably be a really good one. So I definitely
Uh,
think you have to try and get her on it.
all right, Amber Karamatos, we're coming for you. It's going to be
Yeah,
great.
go for her
Thank,
next. Okay,
thank you so
thanks, Sue.
much.
Have a good
Have a
night.
great night. All right, there she goes. That is Tatiana Dutka from women's basketball. Just an exciting player to watch and just a lot of fun to talk to, and one of my favorite interviews for sure throughout this whole series. So, guys, that's it for tonight. Have a great night. Another guest coming up tomorrow. Watch our social media for the big announcement as to who it's going to be. And again, feel free to reach out to us if you're an alumni, if you're a current player, if you're a prospect, if you're a coach. We'd love to get you on to learn more about you. All right. So, again, on behalf of Tatiana, thanks for watching tonight. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, same time.